Okay guys, hope you're doing well. So this book I'm going to talk about today, Choose Your Enemies Wisely by Tate. David, there's one story in here I'm going to talk about with him and then also related to Andrew Tate. So they both had enemies, guys, and if you look here, you're going to see the little building block. There's a lot of great stuff in this book. I'm not going to hit on a lot of the points here because there's just so much. Tate David goes into a lot of depth on different subjects, and he shares a lot of stories, which is great. But one story he tells is how his enemy, he chose enemies wisely. He was about 24, wasn't doing too well, pretty much had nothing, was at the top for a while and then lost it. And then some of his family says something to his dad about how he came to the country and lost everything and just at the bottom. Now I believe he was a surgeon, and then he basically became at a position of mopping floors. So that set off Tate David to get extremely angry, and he learned to use that to fuel, to move through everything he was going to have to do to build a 50,000 plus agency of licensed insurance agents. So you got to read the book, guys. But the second part with Andrew Tate was something that stuck with me, is how he used his ancestors before him. He talks about it a lot, and he says he uses that to drive him. You know, the hardship everybody had to go through before us, or family. Things were so much more difficult at different times, right? In the past, he used that to not make excuses, to do more and to move forward. So I think choosing your enemies wisely, I always, in my mind, wanted to forgive people and move, and I think you can do that while choosing your enemies. In my past, I've been able to, let's give you an example. I had a team of agents. I personally just started in 2018 coaching, and I had 4 escrows fall out at once. And I had about 10, which is about 70, 80K in escrow, and I had 4 fall out in one day. And I just remember using that to fuel me. And I just knew that I'd eventually put them back in the homes. So let's go on the phones and let's make some more calls and let's get some more escrows. Let's use that to fuel more success. You can either use it and complain and feel sorry for yourself and focus on money loss, or go, look, these people are going to buy again, so let's just do a great job for them. Use this, make some more calls, get some more, use that to fuel your success. So I learned how to do that. And I think one of the things it talks in here about is there's a quote, actually. Let me turn to this page. The Path of the Audacious Few, chapter 3. The greatest pleasure in life is doing what people say you cannot do. I've always been they call it stubborn. I think my father told me I never knew when to stop. And I realized at an older age that's a great trait. And my kids are very similar to that. Even when they're wrong, but they just think, they believe they're right. And it's so hard for them to let that go. And I do my best to not crush that drive that they have to be right, because, smart man learns from his mistakes, a wise man learns from another. And that's what I teach my boys. And I know I want to, sometimes when you feel that you're right, until somebody proves me wrong, it's still to this day, they got to have some proof, right? So this book, guys, get it. Choose Your Enemies Wisely. Amazing book. Amazing book. Second book I got of his, and I think he's got another one coming out. The other one's your next 5 moves. I recommend that as well, guys. So like, subscribe, and we'll be dropping more book hits as well.